Draymond, how much disappointment is there in that locker room or in your mind that not being able to take care of this at home?
It's a little frustrating. You get the opportunity to close out at home, want to do it. Nonetheless, it's a 7-game series. We know we can win there. Got to go get the win.
Well, you just kind of mentioned what I wanted to ask. You know you can win there. So obviously you guys feel that you can win. What do you need to do on the road to make sure you guys come out of this one with a win?
Get loose balls. I think they probably had 20 points off broken plays and getting loose balls and kicking out for threes. So get loose balls and we'll defend them way better. Kind of getting the first effort. But in order to beat this team, you got to make second and third efforts. And the last 2 games, we have not done that.
Do you think that's due to fatigue or just a lack of effort?
I think it can be due to whatever. The reality is the person who wants the ball more will get it. And right now, it seems as if they want it more.
I mean, there were times in this game you could see, you and Potts especially, where you guys looked like you were frustrated with the way things were going. How much of the frustration was based on what you guys were not doing, and how much was it with what they were doing?
It's all with what we're not doing, which is fighting to come up with the loose balls when they're out there. It's all what we're not doing.
Is that a very correctable thing, you think?
Absolutely.
Draymond, what you guys have played, I think you played in 5 Game 7s. How is the vibe different? And what's the challenge like after 2 disappointing losses to your season's obviously on the line in 48 hours?
Yeah. You move past the 2 losses, they don't matter. A Game 7 is Game 7. I think anytime you had the opportunity to play in a Game 7, it's fun. It's exciting. It's for all the marbles. So move on. I mean, we've moved on. Learn from what we did wrong. It's kind of obvious what we did wrong. Get ready for the game. But I think Game 7s are fun.
Definitely will be fun here. You see his stats for the series. Draymond Green, that is, in 31 minutes, just shy of 7 points per game, shooting 36.5% from the floor and 26 from 3. He's also committed 19 turnovers. And Fred VanVleet, he's doing it on the offensive end, especially over the last 3 games. But defensively, taking away Draymond Green's playmaking ability. Fezzi, Steve Kerr alluded to this earlier in the series that Fred VanVleet has done a good job. We saw this a couple years ago in the Western Conference Finals with Jalen Brunson when he was a member of the Dallas Mavericks, taking away Draymond Green's split action, the dribble handoff. So how do the Warriors unlock Draymond's offense?
Well, I think there's a lot of opportunities Draymond has, even at the 2-point range, where Draymond can just be aggressive. Look at the rim and take those shots. Some of those things, and this is all Warriors long. Like, you can take a dribble in and take a 2. I think there's a lot of opportunities like that for the Warriors, getting back to going inside to outside. And Draymond is one of those guys. It's frustrating. One of his ways that he plays the game is getting Steph into the game. He's not been able to get Steph activated, and some of it is frustrating. Every game there's been a tussle, and Draymond is the guy, the enforcer for the team. There's been a tussle with him and somebody else every game. You can't have it. It was a very close call there early in the game. Could have gone both ways, right? Could have been a flagrant 1, could have been flagrant 2. We got to make sure that he's keeping his emotions in check and really staying in this game.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to see the amount of times that Draymond Green gave up an opportunity to look at the basket at this point of the season. We saw it all year in that he is a point forward. His main focus is to get the ball to his teammates in positions in which they can score. But in this sort of environment in which those baskets are needed, that aggression is needed, that force on the basket to make the Houston Rockets defend the basket is needed. And he did not look at the basket at all. I also want to talk about the fact that his assists are down. Yep. That's something that's to be said. This is the #1 way that Houston has been able to remove him from the game. Say what you want about his points. Draymond has not been known as the #1 scorer on this team. It's about the fact that he has not been able to produce for his teammates. That's been huge.
Yeah, that's the number I immediately looked at was the assists. And Festus said it, to have that ball movement, to have Steph Curry have multiple looks on each possession in the half court. So the Rockets have done a really good job, not only with Draymond, but you think about tonight with Steve Kerr starting GP2. Now all of a sudden you have GP2, Draymond, and Jimmy, who basically are playing also all inside the three-point line. Yet you want that spacing and motion and movement. So I think they have to rethink that starting lineup again and really think about what you're going to put on the floor to really speed the game up. I think really, so ultimately to me, you got to get Steph Curry back to playing his style of game and really get back to that motion, multiple looks for Steph Curry each possession.
So on one end, Fred VanVleet is guarding Draymond. On the other end, Draymond is being guarded by Steven Adams, or he's guarding Steven Adams. So you can't leave him. As soon as you leave him, he's got an offensive rebound. So that's a battle over the course of the series so far that Steph's taking Draymond out the game.
Well, so you mentioned assists, Zena, 11 assists entering tonight. He had 7 tonight. That's 18 total through 6 games. I didn't attend Yale. I didn't attend Vanderbilt. But that tells me that's 3 assists per game.
How's my math? How's
my math? How's my math?
Look at
What's
you.
up, St. John?
Look at 18 divided by 3 and 6. Look at you. I like it.
What number is SF State again?
Like 350, but it's all good.
Hey. Top 400, baby.
The odds presented by Great Resort and Casino. The Warriors do not cover, but that overhit, I think we split tonight. Let's just keep it moving. We don't even need to worry about this. We'll regroup. By the way, the Rockets are starting to dominate when it comes to field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and free throws. The Rockets had 46 attempts tonight. They made 33 of them. They'll take that all day long. The assist numbers are still down for the Golden State Warriors. Bench points got a little massage the score a little bit at the end of the game with the bench points. But the fast break, the Warriors did get out and run, but it's the points off turnovers, 22-12. And, of course, the Warriors keep fouling. They fouled a lot this series as the Rockets have been the more physical team thus far in this series. But, Fezzi Phil, you were touching on this earlier in our pregame show.
Take care of the ball.
17 turnovers against a Rockets team that loves to get out and run. You've seen Amen Thompson getting deflections. Steven Adams getting deflections. They are locked in. Whether it's getting beat off the dribble, they know how to recover. And the points off turnovers are starting to flip in the favor of the Houston Rockets.
Well, I got to give the Houston Rockets a lot of credit. At this point now, you understand each other. This is game 6. So both teams understand on the scouting report. They're out in the passing lanes. They know exactly what the tendency of the Warriors are. KYP, know your personnel. But the Warriors had 26 assists and 17 turnovers. That means they almost assisted the Houston Rockets as much as they assisted each other. And you can't have that if you want to win a game 6 at home.
It was just so frustrating to see the Warriors continuously play into exactly what the Rockets wanted them to do. You saw in the second half, particularly, Draymond Green was not looking to score, so the Rockets were packing the paint, being able to make their hands available to get in deflections, get in passing lanes, whatever it is, and then go the other way. But exactly as that graphic said, it was carelessness. And Steve Kerr said at the very beginning of this series, particularly in that Game 2 loss, it's execution. It's attention to detail. It's being particularly tactful about the way that you do anything. Let's just be real. The Warriors are a little bit seasoned in comparison to this team. So you got to go through every motion just a little bit cleaner to be able to get out clean.
What you got, Bully? Points off turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's been the Rockets all season long. They've really relied on their defense. They've been a streaky offensive team. But all of a sudden, to me, the way they play defense really builds their confidence, not only in the game plan coming into the game, but they get those easy baskets. But I think when they execute their defensive possessions, they gain that confidence. They seem to play with more energy. They start getting 50-50 balls. And this team, in general, doesn't really shoot the ball well, but you give them a few easy dunks, some nice transition baskets, some walk-up threes. All of a sudden, that basket's bigger. So they wind up really shooting good percentages in their wins, but they generate from their defense. A lot of teams say that. They actually do that. They've been doing it all season long.
Mm-hmm. We saw Stephen Curry go on a personal 11-0 run in that first half to tie the game at 46-46. But it felt like that answer by the Houston Rockets. They scored their next 7 to take a halftime lead. It felt like they had an answer for every Warriors mini run.
Well, I think much like the Rockets generate their energy from their defense, offensively, for me, the Warriors always seem to be at their best when the ball's moving, the screening, Steph's running around, and you got the defense chasing them. So I think, he went on an 11-0 run, but it was really Steph handling the ball, shooting. Again, I think the Rockets' defense, although they know that Steph could win a game like that, strategically, that's what they want, taking the assist and the ball movement out and kind of understanding exactly where those shots are coming from.
I kind of feel like the Houston Rockets also got every loose ball. Yeah. Like you saw the ball right there where Moses Moody dives on the floor. Well, that's you wanted it. But somehow the Houston Rockets come up with it. I think it happened 2 or 3 times down the stretch where that led to a 3 for the Rockets. These are possessions that the Warriors have to have, especially when it's a tight game like this.
When the moment changed, or at least the moment for me, in the way that the Rockets are viewed or viewing themselves in the eyes of the Warriors, that Amen Thompson and Jimmy Butler jump ball.
Oh, yes.
When they would not let go of the ball, I
Game
felt
within a
as if
game.
it was right in